Welcome back for another episode of Test Technique brought to you by DAU. Today we're going to answer the question, what is a Chief Developmental Tester and what do they do? Let's get started. In government acquisition programs, there should be an element dedicated to the management of test and evaluation. This group has the overall test program responsibility during all phases of the acquisition process. In major defense acquisition programs, or MDAPs, the Chief Developmental Tester leads this T&E element. The role of Chief Developmental Tester is laid out in Section 835 of Public Law 112-81. It is a selectively manned key leadership position. Other non-MDAP programs will have a test manager instead of a Chief Developmental Tester, but most of the duties are the same. The Chief Developmental Tester is a highly experienced T&E professional that works for the program manager and is responsible for coordinating the planning, management, and oversight of all developmental test and evaluation activities for the program. They maintain oversight into contractor activities and oversee the test and evaluation efforts of participating test organizations supporting the program. The Chief Developmental Tester helps the program manager make technically informed, objective judgments about contractor developmental test and evaluation results. All programs will have a T&E working integrated product team, which is sometimes called an integrated test team. The Chief Developmental Tester chairs this IPT, which is co-chaired by the Operational Test Organization lead. So what else does the Chief Developmental Tester do? Early in the program lifecycle, the Chief Developmental Tester would be responsible for defining the scope and concept of the test program, establishing the overall program test objectives, and managing test program funds and coordination. In close coordination with systems engineering and logistics activities, the Chief Developmental Tester should develop the request for proposal, or RFP, language regarding testing. He or she will also review the system requirements document to ensure that it correctly links and translates the capability development document into system specifications that can be put into contract. An important task the Chief Developmental Tester has during the creation of the RFP is a test program schedule that supports the evaluation framework. This includes contractor and government DT&E, plus operational test and evaluation events. The Chief Developmental Tester is responsible for managing the Test and Evaluation Master Plan, or TEMP, and planning and managing any special test programs that are required for the program. In technical reviews and audits, the role of the Chief Developmental Tester is to examine the contractor's approach to testing and evaluate the validity of the process and the accuracy of the contractor's results as presented during the reviews. The Chief Developmental Tester uses personal experience and background in T&E to assess whether the contractor did enough or too little testing, whether the tests were biased in any way, and whether they followed a logical progression using the minimum amount of time, effort, and funds while still gathering and providing adequate data for an informed decision. Each type of technical review or audit will have a different focus or orientation and specific entry and exit criteria, but the Chief Developmental Tester will always be concerned with the testing process and how it is carried out. The Chief Developmental Tester also reviews, evaluates, approves, and releases for distribution contractor-prepared test plans and reports, and reviews and coordinates all appropriate government test plans. The Chief Developmental Tester prepares criteria, coordinates test readiness reviews, and participates in system engineering technical reviews and milestone reviews by providing the results of test reports and relevant information on updates to future testing based on current system development progress. The Chief Developmental Tester also works with the Lead Developmental Test and Evaluation Organization, or the LDTO, to determine when contractors require LDTO oversight. The Chief Developmental Tester also provides program guidance to the LDTO and the Integrated Test Team. They participate with the LDTO in the Preliminary Design Review, Critical Design Review, Operational Test Readiness Review, and Test Readiness Review. Finally, the Chief Developmental Tester assists the Chief Engineer when assessing the technological maturity and integration risk of critical technologies. Ultimately, the Chief Developmental Tester is responsible for the planning, management, and oversight of all developmental test and evaluation activities for the program, and collaborates with the Operational Test Organization to support an efficient, integrated test strategy, minimizing gaps and reducing duplicative testing between the contractor, developmental, and operational testing. We test in order to provide timely, sufficient, accurate, objective, affordable, and defensible information to decision makers. Simply put, the Chief Developmental Tester's job is to make sure that happens. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to click that like button below and don't forget to subscribe for more great content from DAU. If you would like a follow-up to this video, let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching.